You never know what mischievous kids will stick in their noses.
How exactly did you get that in there?
The boy said he liked the smell of the toy, so that's why he did it. But he was afraid his father would take him to the hospital.
What's wrong with the hospital?
That's where my mommy went. The day she got the headache, she never came home.
The firefighter decided to remove the toy from his nose on the spot. As he took out the tweezers, the boy nervously asked if it would hurt.
Do I swear? I swear. Here we go. Yeah, okay. No! Go! Hey, got it! Look, there's not even any blood.
You lied! You promised it wouldn't hurt! It hurt!
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that it was gonna...
Wow, you lied to a child?
Yeah.
You're a monster.
I kind of feel like a monster now, thank you.
Not long after the firefighters left, another emergency call came in, sending them back.
Help.
After you left, I kept wondering how Harry got it so far up there.
So you figured it out. Tweezers.
The ground suddenly caved in. The man grabbed onto a nearby sculpture. Moments ago, all he had to do was hit a golf ball into the sculpture's mouth to win a free sundae. But the sculpture's tongue mechanism started swinging. The man instantly lost his temper.
Win my son a sundae.
Is Daddy crying?
The man had just gone bankrupt. Now he didn't even have enough money to buy his son an ice cream, so his emotions got the best of him. At that moment, thick white smoke began rising from the ground. Firefighters arrived. The temperature at the scene reached 230 degrees Celsius. They quickly used the fire truck's ladder to descend, strapped a safety belt onto the man. The melting sculpture had stuck to the man's skin. By now, the temperature had risen to 370 degrees Celsius. No time to waste.
Okay. Sorry in advance, Victor.
Though the man suffered severe burns over a large area of his skin, he survived.
A volcano.
It turned out that a volcano had just erupted.
I got it!
He climbed a 20-meter tree just to retrieve a $10 kite.
So why don't you want to come down?
Because I'm afraid of heights.
But after being rescued, he suddenly screamed in pain as his abdomen rapidly swelled up like a balloon, reaching the size of a 10-month pregnancy in less than half a minute. It turned out he had fallen belly first, causing internal swelling. Only immediate surgery could relieve the pressure and save his life. However, they were just paramedics, with limited equipment, unable to perform surgery outdoors. Seeing the man was about to meet God, they decided to perform surgery immediately. They quickly used a saline bag as a sterile seal to cover the large wound. All they could do next was pray.
Will, please wake up!
I love you, kid.
I love you too, Dad.
The dog dug a hole in the ground. The captain immediately concluded that a fire was about to happen. Just as he was about to warn everyone, he suddenly felt dizzy and fainted. When he woke up, he found himself already being carried out. He quickly warned about the impending disaster, but she dismissed it, saying he must have had too much to drink.
I think you have a gas leak in your barn. That's why the dog is digging. It smells it.
Sure enough, they saw thick smoke rising from the stable. The stable was engulfed in flames. The horses were panicking, unable to escape. Worker lay unconscious on the ground. The captain rushed into the fire to rescue people and then ran back to save the horses. In this critical moment, a wild horse, frightened by the flames, refused to move and stayed rooted in place. Despite the captain's efforts, he couldn't pull it away. The captain's unwavering determination in the fire finally moved the fiery horse at the last moment, taming it. The woman started bleeding from her eyes and nose after giving birth.
Opal, here. Opal, keep your eyes open for me. Opal.
Earlier, during the wife's difficult labor, the husband called 911, only to be harshly scolded by her.
Our baby is supposed to be born in peace, without a bunch of beeping machines and medical interventions.
The medic persuaded her to go to the hospital. She reluctantly agreed for the baby's sake. In the elevator, the woman suddenly felt like she was about to give birth.
Biggest one yet, Cap.
But the elevator malfunctioned, trapping them inside. The medic noticed her cervix was already dilated to 5 centimeters and said the baby had to be delivered immediately. The woman refused to let her baby be born in the cold elevator, venting all her frustration on her husband for calling 911. The husband didn't dare complain and held her hand tightly, encouraging her to stay strong. Thankfully, the delivery went smoothly. But then, the woman started bleeding from her eyes and nose before passing out. The medics quickly performed emergency treatment and called the rescue center to deliver blood packs. She had just given birth when blood started flowing from her eyes and nose. She suffered from postpartum hemorrhage. The paramedics quickly began emergency treatment, calling the rescue center for blood bags. However, they were all trapped in the elevator. It was a race against time to get the blood bags into the sealed 17th floor elevator. Firefighters arrived, pinpointed the location, began chiseling through the wall. But suddenly, the chiseling equipment malfunctioned. The woman's blood was quickly draining, with her pulse and heartbeat stopping. The captain swung the hammer, smashing the wall while paramedics continued CPR. They were racing against time, fighting against death. Finally, the captain broke open a large hole in the wall and delivered the blood bag. But there was no joy. The blood came too late. As time passed, the woman showed no signs of waking up.
Please don't die, Opal. Our baby needs you. He needs his mom.
Maybe it was the sound of her child crying. Miraculously, she opened her eyes.
I love you too.
With the power of love, she defeated death. A once-in-a-century solar storm killed everyone on the space station, leaving only the man with his life ticking down. He intended to contact the ground control, but mistakenly reached 911. He asked the operator to call his wife. She didn't understand at first, but soon realized what was happening.
Oh, Tom.
The wife called for their daughter.
Hi, Evie.
I missed you!
I missed you too, baby.
When are you coming home?
I'd give anything on earth to be down there with you right now. You know that, right?
But you're not even on Earth.
You're so funny. Evie, can you make me a promise? Promise you'll do whatever Mommy says. Always give her a hand when she needs help.
I promise.
Good. I want you to know I love you both so much. More than anything.
Mommy's crying.
I'm not crying.
Look out the window and wave up at the sky.
Why? We can't see you.
But I can see you. I want you to know I'll always be up here, looking over you, okay?
Yes, Daddy. I'm waving.
I'm waving back.
You're silly. Daddy? Are you there? Daddy?
As his life came to an end, he could no longer hear his daughter's call, wishing heaven was pain-free.